What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade in the news today. Jermall Charlo just recently called out Demetrius Andrade. Well, not necessarily called him out, but just, as you guys saw on the first screen, he, tagged him on his verified Instagram story, telling him to pick up his, call him back or whatnot. And for you guys that don't know what he's talking about, Jermall Charlo has stated in the interview, I want to say it was before the Benavidez, I think it was before the Benavidez versus Caleb Plant fight, where Jermall Charlo has stated where that he talked to Demetrius Andrade for about an hour, and to try to work out a fight in between the two. Now, I definitely think that this is a fight that we've been wanting for a very long time. Demetrius Andrade has been having a lot of back and forth with the Charlo brothers for about 10 years going on now. 10 years. These three have been going back and forth. It's actually even numerous occasions where they've had run-ins and, things were about to escalate from the run-ins that they had with each other, but luckily nothing did. Whether that be at press conferences or after fight or anything, these guys have definitely had run-ins with each other. Now, we all know that Jermall Charlo has been inactive for about going on 2 years. He hasn't fought since like June 19th of 2021, and it's June 2023. So it's going on 2 years, and by the time that he gets in the ring, it'll be 2 years and a few months. Now, and that's if he fights this year, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's just hard to tell with Jermall. Obviously Jermall has been going through a lot of issues with, his wife. They're getting a divorce, and they had legal custody battles over the kids or whatnot. Which I heard that Jermall Charlo was granted custody over his kids or whatever, so that's a good thing. Shout out to Jermall for that. But he's been going through it or whatnot. I recently did a video with him, exposing a video of him or his wife or his ex-wife going off on him or whatnot, and it's just not a pretty picture. So it looks like Jermall Charlo has had a lot of mental health issues that he had to overcome in the last, in the last few years or whatnot. As for Demetrius Andrade has been somewhat active, but he just can't get a big fight to save his life. Demetrius Andrade is now, I want to say he's like 34 years old now. Has the record of like 32-0 with 19 knockouts, or 33-0 with 19 knockouts, something like that. He has been chasing. Seems like he's been chasing a lot of guys, but it's not all. It's not been on it's not all on everyone else. Some of it is on Demetrius Andrade for the business decisions that he's made with his career. Now, we knew that he was supposed to have a fight with Jermall Charlo back in December of 2014. That fight never happened because Demetrius Andrade pulled out of the fight or whatnot due to his own issues. Then, he couldn't get a fight with Jermall Charlo. He's been, calling out Canelo forever, and Canelo just seems to be not interested for whatever reason. Canelo just is not interested in fighting Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade then, he did the deal with DAZN or whatnot, where they had all the middleweights, all the big middleweights except for Jermall Charlo. Demetrius Andrade couldn't get none of those fights. Not Canelo, not Triple G, not Jaime Munguia, not Billy Joe Saunders. He was supposed to fight Billy Joe, but Billy Joe tested positive for a banned substance. They were supposed to redo it, but I don't know what ended up happening. That ended up fizzling out, and now Demetrius Andrade has a deal with Showtime Boxing, and it's time for Demetrius Andrade to get a big fight. Now, Jermall Charlo has been inactive, like I said, for 2 years. So I don't know if I would want Jermall Charlo to just hop in there with a Demetrius Andrade going on his first fight. I feel like, honestly, just so they don't have to build a big fight, I think that they maybe should put Jermall Charlo on the undercard of somebody and have him with a D-level fighter, like in September or something like that. Have him with just an opponent that nobody really cares or knows about, and then have him fight Demetrius Andrade like in December of this year. I think that would be better for Jermall Charlo, and at least he'll be able to say he still fought twice this year. Because, Demetrius Andrade, although, Demetrius Andrade is just nobody that you just want to hop in there with after having a 2-year layoff. A slick, crafty southpaw, that's just something that you want to, at least, I think honestly, I think that Jermall Charlo should fight a southpaw, just a southpaw with not such of a big name, and then go into the Demetrius Andrade fight. That's if he's choosing to move up to 168, or he could stay at 160 where he has big fights. It was talks with him trying to fight with Jaime Munguia. The Golden Boy messed that up, but hopefully they can revive that, or Carlos Adames, who's seemed to be his mandatory. I think that makes for a good fight, an interesting fight. So I just want to see him go ahead and take a tune-up first, and then make a fight with one of these big names. But this fight definitely needs to happen, man. I really want this fight. Both fighters need a big name. Demetrius Andrade doesn't really have any big names on his resume besides, well, really no big names on his resume, and Jermall Charlo hasn't had a big name since probably J-Rock, maybe Sergey Derevyanchenko. I probably give him credit for that, but these guys need each other. They need to go ahead and make this fight happen. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you see winning this fight? Do you see this fight happening? Like, comment, subscribe, but what do I know?